Hello and welcome back to selenaspodcast. And on today's podcast, we're going to be talking about some interesting topics, such as do dogs dream? Then we're going to be talking about some childhood stories of mine, a high school story, one conspiracy theory, and two conspiracy theories. One about the landing of the moon and Dora. And then we're going to be talking about a rare word that you may not know. And first up, before we get all started, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to read a riddle. Don't look it up. Don't look the riddle up. The answer will be at the end of the video, and we'll just see. So let me know if you got it right or not. So here's the riddle. I'll read it twice for you. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? I'm going to read it one more time. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? Now don't go looking it up. I'm going to tell the answer at the end of the video. Alright. Do dogs dream? I personally think they do, because I have a dog. His name's Max, and all the time he's jumping around and squeaking. I guess he's broken. I guess he needs new batteries, but he's all the time just moving his paws, shaking his paws up and down. He's weird. So I have this article here. It's called Psychology Today, and we're just gonna read through it, and yeah. So, during sleep, dogs' brainwave patterns are similar to that of humans and go through the same stages of electrical activity. So, I guess that dogs do dream the same way as humans, just a little bit different. I mean, we don't really know exactly what they dream of, But they probably dream of the owner, maybe chasing a squirrel, I don't know. But that's what a lot of people think, just, chasing squirrels and all that. But dogs do dream, but what do they dream of, I saw, people are they probably dream of what they did in the day, running and playing and eating and all that. I'm glad they don't dream about peeing, because that would be bad. That would be a big mess to clean up. And you're like, well, how do you know if your dog's dreaming? Well, there'll be signs of it, odd muscle twitches and their eyes moving behind closed lids. How you're looking at your dog and their eyes open and they're over there twitching. That one creeps me out. I don't like that. Here's a little paragraph I'm going to read. It says, many people believe that dogs do dream. Most dog owners have noticed that at various times during their sleep. Some dogs may quiver, make leg twitches, or may even growl or snap at some sleep-created phantom, given the impression that they are dreaming about something, I mean, I'm pretty sure they do dream, I'm going to continue on reading the article. Actually, if dogs didn't dream, this would be a much greater surprise, given that recent evidence suggests that animals that are similar and less intelligent than dogs seem to dream. Matthew Wilson and Kenway Louie of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology have evidence that the brains of sleeping rats, oh my word, are functioning in a way that irresistibly suggests dreaming. So, rats dream? I think everyone and everything dreams. You know what I mean? Like, I think animals dream. Like, every animal. I mean, because when you're asleep, you know, your brain does weird stuff. So, I think, I mean, they obviously dream, but we don't know of what. But, yeah, personally, I think they just dream about what they did during the day. They may even dream about treats and, you know, maybe even chasing squirrels, what they see during the day when they're awake. They think about that. Like today, my dog, we went for a walk, me and Max, and he seen this squirrel and he chased after it. So he may be dreaming of that right now. Who knows? So, next up, childhood stories. This one's going to get interesting. So, there was a time I cut my toe open. Trigger warning if you don't like blood and all that junk. But, so I had this dog named Coco. This was back in 2015, 2016, in between. It was like during the summer. I didn't wear no shoes. Like, I don't wear shoes. I never did. I'd go outside barefoot and walk on rocks. My feet would be cut open as all get out. And, so there's this building at my dad's, and so my dog was running around it, and I was running with her, you know, I was chasing her, playing with her, and, what in the world was that? And, she went, so as we was running, she decides to go the other way, and I'm like, where in the world did she go? And here she is, coming straight at me like a bullet. I didn't know what else to do. I jumped up in the air, and my foot went up, and there was this nail sticking out of the building, and my foot went up and hit it, and it hit my toe, and it just cut my skin all around it. And I remember it hurt, but it didn't hurt where it was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know. It hurt, but like it didn't. I don't know. And, you know, I was screaming. I woke my brother up because he was sleeping. And my grandpa was outside too, and I was yelling for him. And so we went to the hospital, and I had to get 12 stitches. You know. I was on crutches for 2 weeks. If you're like, does getting stitches hurt? No, they don't. The shot part does. If you don't like shots, they'll put it right in where you cut your whatever it was. Like they'll put it right in there, and that part sucks. But you're numb, so it doesn't hurt. When I got the stitches out, hurt like a mother trucker. That hurt. I got a different doctor that day, and I don't think she knew what she was doing, but whoever you are, I don't know. I don't like you. But, it hurt. And so I got off the crutches, right, you know. They're like, can you walk, you know, can you walk on your foot? I went to try, and my entire leg was numb because I didn't walk on my left foot for 2 weeks. Like, 2 weeks straight, I did not walk on my foot. And I about fell over in the doctor's office. That was a little embarrassing. There was this time, again, at my dad's. All my childhood stories are at my dad. Like, they all involve blood. So there was this time. So we have a creek at my dad's, and my brother is behind me, and he has this shovel, and I'm wearing my Crocs, you know. I loved my Crocs, and I still do. He goes to put the shovel, like, down into the ground, I guess to help him up the hill, because, you know, the creek is down below. We're both climbing up the hill, and he shoves that shovel right on the back of my heel of my right foot. And, I felt it scrape me, and I turned around, and I looked down at the floor, or the ground, and I see like just a chunk of my skin just laying on the dirt. I'm like, is that mine? And I look back at my hill and I see that there's a chunk missing from my foot. And I look at my brother and he's over there just looking up at the sky like nothing happened. I'm like, did you just about cut my foot off? I didn't feel it either. So that was because it would happen so fast. Because I heard with like sharks, like when you get shark bit, and get your arm taken off or something, you don't feel it because it happens so fast. I don't know though if I believe. I mean, they're screaming when they're getting it ripped from them. I guess you just don't remember it after that because you're in shock or whatever. There was also this time, so we, again at my dad's, my oldest brother was mowing. He was on this podcast too, you know, Robert, he was on here. I think it was like episode 3 or 4, one of them. I think we talked about it in there, but he threw a bone at my head, and it hit me in the back of the head, right? And it was squirting out blood like a water hose, and I was like, oh my god. I was screaming and everything, and I was running, and my other brother, the one who tried to cut my foot off, he ran up behind me and carried me, said, you're gonna bleed to death if you keep running. And I was like, oh, whatever. And then, you know, Robert, he was over there just laughing away, about took my head off with a bone. I mean, it was a real bone, too. I mean, it wasn't one of them fake ones. It was a real bone from some animal. From what? I don't even know. I don't even know. Whew. Let's go on to high school story. I'm only going to give one, because there's not much. So, this was in 10th grade, first semester. So, I had a friend, and then she had a whole bunch of friends, so I became friends with them. Became friends with this guy, and, he was in theater, and she was too. During lunch, we snuck into a classroom, their theater classroom, and there was a DJ set, and I got up on there, and I was a DJing away, boy. I was wicka wicka, wicka wicka, wicka wicka. I was over there jamming out, boy. I thought I was a DJ. And so I went to get down, you know, because he wanted to do the DJ too. And my stupid head thought, or forgot, that there was what felt like a 4-foot drop, but it was like a 1-foot step almost. I forgot that there was like a step when you get onto the little platform, and I fell off. So I went to take my foot off, like, you know how you're going down steps, but you forgot that there's a step. That's what happened to me. And my ankle flipped over, and I hit right on the ankle bone, and it hit, and I was like, oh gosh. It hurt, boy. It hurt. This was during lunch, so it was about almost 12 o'clock, and we don't get out of school until 3, so I had to walk around limped for that long. It was horrible. Moving on to conspiracy theories. The moon landing was fake. I think, when was the first moon? Okay, so the first moon landing was in 1969. Let me see. Because there was always like, oh, we sent a monkey up into space. You know, I think they did send somebody out to space, but they didn't reach the moon. So, I'm going to read a little paragraph of why the moon landing is fake. Now I'm going to give my idea of it. The flag moving in the wind, no stars in the sky whatsoever, the misaligned shadows, these have all been points made in the conspiracy theory that Neil Armstrong didn't take the first leap for mankind on the moon in 1969. They have argued that NASA staged the landing and that the secret has been protected by the CIA ever since. I have seen where the shoe print didn't match his shoe because there was a shoe print on the moon, but the suit that he was wearing, the shoe print doesn't match the shoe. Dora. There is a conspiracy theory about Dora that she has dementia. Honestly, I believe that. I loved Dora growing up. I watched Dora non-stop growing up. And every time she'd ask me the question, should we go on path red or path blue? Like an idiot. On path blue, there's an alligator ready to eat you. Are you stupid? So go to path red, you dingbat. I don't know. But honestly, my opinion, Dora is just mentally ill. I mean, nothing else. She's stupid. I think she's hallucinating, because what kind of monkey looking is going to follow you around? And Swiper no Swiper? What kind of fox is going to come up? I'm done. Don't get me rattled on that. I got 3 rare words that you may not know. I honestly do not know how to pronounce these, so I'm going to put it in Google Translate, and I'm going to let Google say the word for me. I'm gonna try to guess what the word spells. Here, I'm gonna spell it out for you and let you try it too. So ZEPHYR. So you decide what you think, you know. I think Sephar. Zephyr. There it is.
Zephyr.
Oh. It's more simple than you think.
Zephyr.
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 Zipper. It's like
Zephyr.
Zipper.
Zephyr.
Zipper. It's like Swiffer and Zipper. Anyways, that word means calm and gentle breeze. Just say gentle breeze is heading our way. Don't say Zephyr is on our way. Like, what? Here's another one. I don't feel like saying, you try to guess it too. Anyways, munificent.
Munificence.
Oh, I almost got it. Munificence.
Munificence. Munificence.
Munificence. This one means very generous. So, okay, this one's my favorite, and I kind of know how to say this word. So the word is called onism. I think that's how you pronounce it. Onism.
Onism.
Onism. The O is an O, not an on.
Onism.
Onism. The awareness of how little of the world you'll experience. Onism. Ain't that beautiful? Alright. So, you remember the riddle? I'm going to read the riddle again, okay? And I'm going to give you a little 5 seconds, and I'll give you the answer. Again, I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? I'm going to read that again because I'm stuttering over here. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? I'm going to give you a little bit, and then I'm going to tell you the answer. Okay, you had plenty of time. The riddle answer is echo. 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 Okay. But that's that. Well, that was episode 6 of Selena's podcast, and I hope you enjoyed it. This podcast is only available on Encore, Spotify, which I guess that's the same thing, but either way you can listen to it on both, and on YouTube, which is just audio, but if you have YouTube Premium, you can turn your phone off and listen to it. But I hope you enjoyed it. I would like to do a podcast where I show my face and talk, but I don't have the equipment to do that with. So maybe one day. But hope you enjoyed episode 6, and tell me what you want for episode 7. I'm gonna be honest with you. I planned, and I wrote down what I was gonna say for episode 6 late last night. It was like 10 8:30 at night, and I was in my notes on my phone writing down what I was going to talk about. I'm one of the people that are late to everything. Like at school, I was the same way. Project was done tomorrow, I'd be getting it done in the morning. But yeah, this is episode 6, and I'll see you next week, maybe. I don't know. But episode 7, give me something. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Adios, amigo.